You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off. And now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow.
So, anyway, as I was saying...
He's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago.
I was up in Maryland, looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you know, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad at us, and not just playing. But she had kept swinging, and soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me. Like, for real. And geez, you ever just get so mad you just want to, like, kill somebody?
You smile and pretend he didn't just say that.
Ah, I knew you'd get me. We understand each other. Somebody trying to break your heart, that changes a person. Makes them want to do things they never thought they'd want to do. I honestly could have killed that woman! Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there.
Wow, that's neat. Please let this man get off the bus soon.
You think. You're not sure where he could possibly take this conversation next, but you definitely don't want to find out.
Yeah, people tell me I lead an interesting life, but I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Maybe other folks don't do that enough. Anyways, where'd you say you were heading?
Scarlet Hollow.
Oh, the holler, huh? That's what they call the hollows up in the mountains, you know. I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the holler, you see. And there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks. But my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die.
He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you.
Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you.
The stranger ruffles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts.
They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you can use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore.
Here's a tip. Sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. You take the peanuts.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend.
And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep.
Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End of the line.
Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop. Its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk, but for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind.
Hey, Waffles.
You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here.
Hey, Tabitha.
Come on, let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to.
Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Another tip, dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully.
How you holding up?
Fine.
You shouldn't bottle your grief like that.
I'm not bottling anything. I'm just more emotionally mature than you.
So, the funeral. It's on Sunday, right?
Yep, like I told you.
You need any help planning? If you ever need help with errands or scheduling, feel free to ask. I know this stuff isn't easy.
It's actually been fine. Just needed the coffin and somebody to dig a hole.
Can't believe we've never actually met before this.
Yep, you have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess.
I'm sorry, but is there bad blood between us? All I know is my mom left, and she was mad at this side of the family. But I don't know much besides that.
Your cousin stares straight ahead, her expression icy. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you. A jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long time ago. As soon as you enter, you're hit with a blast of dusty air. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the ashes and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind.
Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being.
Well, the architecture here is breathtaking. Chateau-esque style reminiscent of Biltmore Estate.
Color me marginally impressed. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. Believe it or not, this estate actually predates the Biltmore by nearly 3 decades. It used to be the crown jewel of the region, but times change and the attentions of the masses are ever so fickle. Shall we begin the tour? Follow me.
You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps.
Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixins for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you.
Another tip. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully.
Awesome. I love PB&J. How'd you know it was one of my favorites?
That smile can't be real.
I didn't, but good for you.
I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries?
Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you.
A general store? How folksy.
Is it? It's a store that fulfills your general shopping needs. General store just describes what it is.
This is so nice. It's so much bigger than the one I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island?
It is. Thank you.
Alright, what's next on our tour?
Bathroom. Follow me.
Great. It's been hours since I've gone.
As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo kid sitting on the countertop.
Oh, is that your cat? What's its name?
Frou-Frou. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know.
You decide to follow Tabitha's advice.
Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits.
You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights, it'll get easier to navigate these spaces. But for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors.
Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must.
It's a nasty, wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. The toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall.
Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me.
You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot. It is it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage.
This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty.
There's a lot of boxes and stuff laying around here. I could help you move things around and fix the place up.
Look, I appreciate the offer, but Janie already comes in once a week. It's fine.
This is great. Way nicer than what I'm used to.
I can't say I'm surprised. Each and every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. This is not an IKEA bedroom or whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city.
I guess I'll start to get settled.
Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me.
Another tip. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away, and others down the line.
Is there a library in the estate? I couldn't bring too many books with me, and I'm not sure what else I should do with my time.
There is, but as I said earlier, most of this building is off limits, and the library is in the West Wing, which is extra off limits. You're better off heading into town. I'm pretty sure there's a library there.
Wait, where are you going?
To work. Somebody has to pay the bills around here.
What kind of work do you do?
I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long.
Well, that sounds pretty impressive and exciting. Good for you.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't think of it as boring or exciting in the same way I don't think of cleaning a toilet or painting a wall as either of those things. It's a task.
Seems like a good way to look at a job. Instead of convincing yourself you have to be doing the thing that you love the most, it's okay to just have a job.
Yeah, exactly. Would I rather be doing something else with my life? Maybe. But I know I had to take over the company, so why think about that other stuff I could be doing?
What am I supposed to do while you're gone?
There's a very demanding job I should be getting back to right now that doesn't include figuring out activities for you to occupy your time with. I'm not your babysitter. Why don't you, I don't know, go walk around town or something until you get tired? There are historic buildings to look at. I'm sure you'll have a great time.
Hey, did I do something wrong? You asked me to come to this funeral, but since the moment I got here, you've been acting like I spit in your coffee. What's going on? Was it something I said?
Okay, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here, but you've been too nice. The last thing I need right now is someone sucking up to me every 5 minutes. Please just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do.
Alright, I won't keep you. We should hang out when you get back.
We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week.
Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you and this spalling, decrepit estate. With your cousin gone, there's nothing for you to really do here. You drop your bags off in your room and head out to explore the town. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The Holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave.
Gretchen, come back. Quit bothering strangers. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc.
Nah, I love pugs. She's so cute.
Thanks. She is cute. Sure, most of her teeth have fallen out and she's got a couple of weird growths, but for a 17-year-old pug, that's pretty good.
That's gotta be really old for a dog, right?
It sure is. She's about 84 in dog years. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder and makes it to 19. Or better yet, 20. The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? How about I introduce myself so you won't be so nervous? I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of cold folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral?
Hi, I'm Waffles.
You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her. All alone up in that big house.
Even though we just met a couple hours ago, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about her.
She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go of things. She and her mom were really close. To think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself.
Are you two friends?
I was probably closer than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. We wound up bonding when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat.
The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air, in contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate. The diner is filled with the comforting din of human life, all of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. You slide into the nearest booth, pretending that you didn't notice everyone in the diner gawking at you like they'd just seen Bigfoot.
No need to be so shy. They don't meet many strangers. It's kind of a big deal when someone new wanders into town. Especially since, well, they probably all know what you're here for, and by extension, who you're related to. Even if you don't know anybody, it's not easy keeping secrets in a town this size.
Hey, Stella, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee.
They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Avery.
And here's some bacon for the little lady.
Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Another tip, you can press the H button on your keyboard to hide the text box at any time.
Anything for you?
Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they're really good.
Best in the county.
Avery pours the fragrant brew into an empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously.
Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Before you have a chance to respond, they're gone.
Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral, too, so it'll be a special occasion.
I'm sorry. Did you just say that the library has a reading adventure?
Yeah, Oscar's all about keeping things on theme, so this month it's a bunch of ghost stories. I think he's calling it spooky bookies, you know, like how a ghost would say it.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Cool, we should check it out this week. But that's really just an afternoon. Any idea what you would want to do for the rest of the week?
Honestly, I have no clue.
Well, you're in luck, as you've happened to run into the person who knows all the best stuff to do around here, and has limitless time to show you around. My boss is pretty forgiving. Oh wait, you probably wouldn't get that joke since we don't know each other that well. I'm self-employed, so I'm my own boss. So I'm forgiving myself. Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow.
Here's your biscuit. When he says it's on the house, she sends her condolences.
Thanks, Avery. It looks great.
You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from the surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit.
Oh, this is a really good biscuit. Wow.
I'm so glad you like it.
Avery lingers at the table for a moment.
So, has Stella mentioned she's famous?
Oh, Avery, I'm not famous.
Look, if you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm gonna do it for you.
I'm a YouTuber.
Wow, that's rad. I never met a YouTuber before. I'd love to check out your channel at some point.
Aw, thanks. It's nothing much. It pays the bills, but it's mostly just a passion project, you know?
She's selling herself short, Waffles. This stuff is amazing. She hunts cryptids.
You choose to ignore Avery mentioning your name before you've been introduced. It's a small town. Word probably gets around.
I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but, you know, the controversial one.
Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River. And that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera.
Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Look smart. The size and shape of the creature's body tells you it's likely a predator, and it's definitely not a wolf. You seem to recall that mountain lions used to live up here. Who's to say if there aren't a few left?
Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes.
That's an honest-to-goodness cryptid right there. No way it's a beaver or a dog. And there's no way a capybara would be swimming in a river in the mountains of North Carolina. Unless there's some North American colony of capybaras in Appalachia. That would still count as a cryptid, wouldn't it?
Yeah, until someone catches a capybara up here, that would still count as a cryptid by most standards. My comment section went nuts for this footage, and from there it spread to Twitter pretty fast. There were polls for days. I even had actual experts weighing in. It was all a really cool experience. And it meant the video did some pretty great numbers.
Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuary is a missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation.
Exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the...
Wait, no spoilers.
Oops. Sorry, Avery.
It's okay. I should probably get back to one instead of standing around chatting with friends. See y'all around.
Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape.
Doesn't Skunk Ape live in Florida?
Oh, you know your stuff, don't you? I knew you'd make a great partner. It mostly lives in Florida, but there have been sightings as far north as Virginia. While I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing?
Absolutely. I'd love to come along.
That's great! It's been a while since I've had anyone besides Gretchen out there with me. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it's kinda like a blast from the past. Me and Kaneeka and Reese running around in the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us, get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kaneeka has to close at the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Reese! Dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Aw man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Okay, if you're really sure. But if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know! Yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails, if that would help. Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal.
Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why?
He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are.
Is he okay?
He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past. Gosh, 10 years or so? But I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week.
Oh, that'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends.
Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kaneeka's much easier to track down, since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand.
You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously.
Aw, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure.
Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel alive, the fall breeze passing through the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. It's been a while since you felt this in the moment, this present. The world around you feels almost magical. Were a mythical creature to actually manifest in front of you, it would fit perfectly in this world.
Gotta love this brisk fall weather. And this past summer was the hottest on record. Since last year, at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change. Like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes.
You ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing?
Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck, though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old, abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves, I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, geez, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all of that's just bunk, am I right?
What do you think about aliens?
Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real.
Heck yes, aliens are real.
Nice. I knew we had a connection. I know somebody who heard a story from this trucker in Fayetteville. His truck stopped in the middle of the road, just shut down completely, even though he had a full tank of gas. And suddenly, it looked like daylight outside. He could see cows out in the fields, birds in the sky. Then this metallic-like egg thing appeared, floating in front of his truck. He passed out, and when he woke up, he was missing one of his pinkies. It was like it had never even been there. It was just smooth skin where his pinky should be. I know it's a secondhand source, but there's plenty more like it. And if they are true...
Huh. Makes sense to me.
For sure. And even if this one's hogwash, there's a lot of evidence out there.
Let's, move on.
Did you hear that?
Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl.
Phew. Sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were...
Some creature of darkness. Nah, girl, you're just old Duke. Now, what the hell are you looking for way out here?
Skunk ape.
Ugh, sorry I asked. And who's this you sucking into coming with you? Wait a tick. You aren't... Is that...
Yep.
I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers.
Another stranger. Another opportunity for a salty introduction. You once again remember the dripping bag of boiled peanuts you have on your person and briefly consider offering them to Duke before realizing that it would probably be more of an insult than anything else. You keep them hidden away.
Now, both of y'all head on back to town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away more sensitive wildlife.
What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently?
Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damn camera down.
Aw, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best.
That you did, but I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunga bungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week. I can't afford to lose many more than that.
I'm so sorry to hear that. But, I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken.
Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no skunk ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you.
Oh, Duke. You don't think it's...
I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're up there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course, you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It couldn't be anything else.
I'm telling you, man. Mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy.
I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple school-aged Boy Scouts have been 100% confirmed. Yet, Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true.
I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible.
You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight.
What? If you find a mountain lion, don't kill it. If there are any in the Appalachians, they'd be highly endangered. Killing one might actually be a crime. At the very least, it'd be a crime against nature.
A crime? And what about the crimes they committed against me and my chickens? Ain't murder one of the worst crimes you can commit? I'm just serving justice where it's due. An eye for an eye, a laugh for a laugh.
I've said my piece. If you decide to kill a rare and beautiful creature for the crime of trying to survive, the guilt rests solely on your shoulders. Stella, let's go. If he wants us gone so bad.
Right on, Chief.
About time. Have a nice night, y'all.
As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came.
Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt.
Never. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. All right, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera?
She hands you the camera and takes position.
Ahem. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Waffles, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive, yet pungent, skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. I can take that camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all this beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous out here, don't you think?
The biologist in me is going wild right now. In the city, all I have ever seen is pigeons and rats. I'd love to get my hands on some field guides and come back out here and sun is up. Beat me some of that wildlife.
Who needs a field guide when you've got me? I've been hiking these trails all my life. I know just about everything that swims, crawls, walks, or flies through these woods, from their prints to their poop. So if you ever have any questions, ask away.
Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort.
Whoa, was that a deer? I've seen videos of them making that spooky little warning snort, but I've never heard it in person.
Sure was. Let's check it out.
As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. And then it's gone.
Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato! And they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they?
Was there some sort of cyst or something on that deer? It looked bad.
Yeah, I think you're right. I bet it was an abscess. Maybe a tumor. It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing. But there's not much we can do about it.
Oh, that got my heart rate up. I'm so ready for the hunt.
Same for me. How about we take a quick snack break to fuel up, then we get right into the night's activities. I've got all the best trail snacks.
As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. You grab the trail mix.
Classic choice. It never fails to satisfy. I like to mix my own to make sure it has the best stuff, and I use dried cherries instead of raisins. Maybe it's a bit of a controversial pick, but even as someone who's passionate about dried fruit, I simply cannot abide raisins.
Yes. Finally, someone who gets it. Raisins are glorified mouse droppings. They destroy everything they touch.
Definitely. Any other dried fruit is better. Glad to finally meet a fellow preserved fruit connoisseur who can appreciate my refined taste in trail mix.
You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws a stick, distracted for the time being.
So, tell me what it's like in Rochester. Do you have a house? An apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Waffles.
Oh, I live in a doorless basement that floods whenever it rains. I also have 5 roommates, and they have to come downstairs to do laundry in my room because the washer and dryer are down there. It's the worst. Half the room is unusable because it's 3 inches deep in water every couple of weeks, and I don't remember the last time I've had a good night's sleep, or privacy for that matter.
Yikes. Sounds like the old Scarlet estate might actually be a step up for you. Are your roommates nice at least?
They're not bad people, but they're kinda loud. Though not having a door probably doesn't help with that. They stay up late playing rowdy video games upstairs, and sometimes they even do late night laundry 10 feet away from my bed. I get it. I used to be like that, but I've got responsibilities now. I need to be able to stick to a normal schedule. Sorry, I must sound like such a buzzkill.
Nah, you just sound like somebody who needs a good night's sleep. I'd probably go nuts if I was living like that. I hope your time in the holler gets to be a nice, peaceful break for you. It's pretty quiet around here, but I have no idea if Tabby has any plans to burst into your room to do laundry at 2 a.m. Anyways, do you think you'd be able to move out of the basement at some point? There's gotta be a better apartment than that in a big city like Rochester.
Oh, I hear you. I've been saving up for something better.
Oh yeah? Good for you. So, what do you do for a living?
I'm actually a streamer.
Oh, no way! A fellow content creator. That's awesome. I knew we had a lot in common, Waffles. What sort of streams do you do?
I mostly stream video games.
That's cool. I'll have to check out your channel sometime this week. How do you like it?
I wouldn't trade it for the world. Most people I meet tend to raise their eyebrows when I tell them that's what I do, but I love it. It might not be much, but it makes me feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny.
Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I'd give up what I do for anything.
A crisp breeze passes over you.
What about you? What's your living situation?
Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been.
Do you live alone there?
Yeah, the place used to belong to my parents, but they're not around anymore. And the holler's a small enough place that other folks don't need roommates.
Ah, jeez. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, you didn't know. And I've done my mourning. You don't have to watch your tongue around me or anything. Life goes on.
My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things.
Aw, thanks, Waffles. That's really sweet of you. How are you holding up?
It wasn't a quick death. It took years, to the point that it was almost a relief when it finally happened. But then it sank in that she was really gone, that I was utterly alone. And then the hospital bills started to come in, so yeah, I'm not taking it well.
Yeesh. I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the wound at that point. Whoa.
Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder.
Oh man, it's skunk ape. It's gotta be, right?
Could be, could be. Whatever made that sound, I've never heard anything like it. And it's close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me and let's check this out.
You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. As you approach, a series of wee clucks call out from a nearby bush.
Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape. But whatever it is one of Duke's chickens. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it.
Right behind you.
You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash.
Oof.
Did you just trip? Seems clumsy for a hardened mountain girl. I thought you were used to uneven terrain at night.
We all have our bad days. I'm usually pretty careful. Guess I just got a little excited. Stopped watching where I was stepping. Plus, there was something slippery on the trail. Oh no, that poor thing. It must have been one of Duke's. Oh, Jesus. It's still alive.
You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken.
Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her.
You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She seems nervous, squirming slightly against her harness. At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the grout pulsing beneath. Book smart. If you didn't know better, you'd say this could be some sort of parasitic grout, like a wasp laying eggs inside a caterpillar. You turn away from the chicken, unable or unwilling to continue inspecting it.
Ahem. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor. Could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Jeez, I'm gonna have to put up some massive content warnings for this video. Hey, do you hear that?
What in Sam Hill are you two doing out here? Didn't I tell you to... Birdie? Oh, Birdie! What's wrong, darling? Good God! Did y'all see what did this to her?
We caught a glimpse of something earlier, and when we chased after it, it brought us here.
Whatever did this to her, I think we can hear them in the trees.
Put that camera away for God's sakes, girl. I don't want to be in another of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? Not when she's like this, all swollen and hurting.
Duke, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer.
Come out, you sons of bitches!
Duke, don't shoot them. We have no idea what'll happen.
You hear that, Stella? They like the sound of something beast-like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Come on, you, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot.
As the creatures in the tree line growl louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Powerful build, you heroically dive forward, tucking Gretchen under one arm and grabbing the flashlight with the other.
I said aim that damn thing, quick! Perfect. Ah, I just grazed it. But that should make it pretty easy to track. Hey, Stella.
Yeah, a blood trail is pretty hard to miss. Guess we know it wasn't mountain lions after all. Though it didn't look like any cryptid I've heard of either. This is gonna be one hell of a video. We've got to go after them while we still have the chance. Thanks for taking care of Gretchen, by the way. I can take her from here.
I'll be damned if I let her chase after those things alone.
Alone, you have no choice but to follow Duke, Stella, and Gretchen into the darkness. You steel your nerves and run into the unknown. As you push deeper into the woods, the unearthly sounds once again surround you.
Guys?
The blood trail cuts through here. Come on, we must be close.
Damn it, girl! Are you trying to get us lost? Slow down!
There's a clearing up ahead. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Lord, that smell!
The shrieks pull back into steady whispers as you, Stella, and Duke stumble upon the putrid bodies of dozens of dead and dying animals. A sinking realization pulls at your gut. This is their nest, and you are surrounded.
We need to leave.
The kid's right, Stella. They're circling us because they're protecting their brood. Or whatever it is they're planning to do with these animals. We've got to get the hell out of here while we still can.
Yeah, alright, let's go. I think we've got plenty of footage.
As you follow Stella and Duke in a mad dash through the woods, so too do the unearthly hollers and whispers of the nest. In the highest branches of trees, and down on the forest floor, they're all around you, casually keeping pace with your all-out sprint.
Quick! My truck's down this way!
You make it to the road, but 3 of the creatures stand between you and Duke's truck.
Stay back.
You take a single deep breath before propelling yourself towards the creatures. As they recoil, you plant a foot firmly in the ground and throw your body towards the abomination to your right, your fist firmly connecting with a powerful haymaker. Its body feels wrong, as if your blow had just collided with a bag of loose organs instead of with a living creature. Caught by surprise and outmatched by your physical prowess, the creatures leap back and scatter into the woods. You're still the dominant species here, at least for now.
Get in the truck and let's get the hell out of here!
Duke, do we have to take the truck back? I can just walk. Those creatures left. I'll be fine.
Stella, now's really not the time!
All right, I can do this.
The 3 of you sit in silence as Duke drives back to town. The ride feels both like an eternity and like nothing at all. Eventually, it's all over, and you find yourself outside Stella's house.
Thanks for taking me home, Duke.
Anytime. But Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what were those things?
I have no idea. I've never heard of anything like them. But I got a ton of footage. Nothing really clear, but it's a start. Let me know if anything happens with Birdie, all right?
She's gotta be fine, you hear? I'd better go check in with Bo. He'll be worrying about me. You and your friends stay safe. Looks like those things didn't follow us, but... well, no point in talking about butts. Just look out for yourselves.
Take care, Duke.
And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Now that you're back in town, you must finally be getting reception again. 6 missed calls from Tabitha. And 13 text messages. You try and call Tabitha back, but it goes straight to voicemail. You text Tabitha back and let her know you're okay. Your message sits unread.
Yikes. Tabitha's been blowing up my phone.
I guess she must be worried about you. God, what a mess this night's been. I can't believe you punched one of those things.
Felt like hitting a bag of organs. Not that that's something I've done, but it was just like meat suspended in jelly that was barely held together in a stretched out bag. I don't think it had bones.
Dang. And here I thought skunk ape sounded gross.
What happens now?
We've got to find out more about those things. The library doesn't open for a while, so any real research will have to wait until the morning. That being said, there is someone in town who might have some useful information. My friend's mom. Her place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later.
Let's do it.
Cool, let's go. I hope she's still awake. Jesus.
You and Stella turned to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach.
Welcome home.
Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway.
Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight.
You look back and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night.
I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who is this?
Hi, Mrs. Forsyth. This is Waffles. Is it okay if we come in?
Of course, of course. You're in luck. I just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult now after all. Welcome to my little nook. It's nice to finally meet you, Waffles. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler, and now poor Pearlan is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town.
You knew my mom?
Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth.
I've never met Pearlan. You don't have to pass on your condolences to me. I have no feelings about the woman.
That's fair, child, but it seemed like the right thing to do.
Who was that outside?
Just a very sick man. You don't need to be worried about him.
We need your help.
Ah, yes. I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled.
You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff?
I'm not so sure I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches. I know a bit about classical spiritualism. Just what sort of unexplainable things are you talking about?
We ran into some creatures out in the woods. These things. I don't even know how to describe them.
I can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always had a brighter gift for nature than I.
This wasn't the local wildlife, Mrs. Forsyth. Here, I could show you.
Stella pulls out her camera and tilts the screen towards Sybil.
Ah, one of your little videos. Where was this?
Up in the mountain, to the northwest.
Within the town limits?
Yes.
I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can?
I need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine.
No need. Kaneeka should still be awake. She can lend us hers. You'd better come with Stella. I'm sure she'll be more willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Kaneeka, come on out. We could use a little help.
What, Mom? Oh. Hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato. And a stranger. What are you doing in my house?
Hi, I'm Waffles.
Tabitha's cousin?
Yep.
Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us.
It's really important, Kaneeka.
Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there.
Heads up, Kaneeka. This is graphic. There's a lot of dead and sick animals on the recording.
You know I have a harder stomach than any of our friends. I'm pressing play.
Silence washes over the room as the video plays.
Stella, what the hell is this?
I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Waffles and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it.
Stella, are you okay? Did you get hurt?
I'm fine. Really, I'm okay.
You remain silent.
Unfortunately, if these creatures are what I think they are, the two of you are embroiled in something quite sinister. My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they are a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come.
Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Waffles with this tally-pro crap.
Kaneeka, sweetie, let your mother talk. The creatures themselves are harmless to people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. But just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate. To see so many in one place is...
Sybil holds her silence.
Jesus, Mom, they've clearly had a rough night. They don't need this.
It's okay, Kaneeka. This is helpful.
Stella, whatever these things are, they aren't magic.
We can't rule that out. Not after what we saw. But fine, let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw that nest. What were those growths?
I punched one in the face. It was super gross and squishy, like it didn't have bones.
You punched one of them? Also, wait, that doesn't make any sense. How can they move like that without bones?
Waffle's not lying. I saw him punch one with my own eyes. And that's a good question, Neeks. How can they move like that without bones? Clearly something supernatural is afoot.
It's much more likely that he's just misremembering things. That being said, that sounds kind of grub-like. I wonder if these growths are like some sort of parasitic larval stage. But I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something this out there, not without doing some research or talking to a biologist. I'm sure there's a rational explanation that'll clear all of this up.
Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I'd put on. Let me fix you a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves.
I don't know. It's getting late and I should let Waffles get some rest. I ran him ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror.
I can stay out. I'm still wired from everything that happened.
Okay. Maybe it's just that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual forums to see if anyone has information on ditchlings. Is that what you called them?
That's right. You go on home now and do try to get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul.
Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk.
Thanks, Kaneeka. I'll see ya.
Bye, Waffles.
It is excellent. I store warm. Though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you.
Sybil turns and closes the door behind her.
Alrighty, let's head back home. My home, I mean. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want.
Hell yeah. It's been so long since I've had an honest-to-God sleepover.
Awesome. If I'm being honest, not being alone tonight is a weight off my chest.
It doesn't take long for Stella to fix up the guest room for you. While it's certainly smaller than its counterpart at the estate, it's far better cared for.
Make yourself at home.
You know, you didn't have to do all this, right?
You don't have to worry about that. I'm glad the guest room is finally getting some use.
What do you make of all of this?
Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Those creatures are out there and they're doing something horrible to the local wildlife. I know that some of things Sybil said were a little wild, but if she is right and they are an omen, maybe we can change things and stop whatever's brought them here before it happens.
It couldn't hurt to poke around town. I have the time.
Agreed.
I should probably try calling Tabitha.
Right. She'd probably like to know you're not dead. Get some rest, Waffles. I'll see you in the morning.
You pull out your phone and call. It rings for a moment before she picks up.
Where the hell have you been?
I texted you back as soon as I had reception.
Did you? I didn't notice.
Do you know anybody named Wayne?
I employ over 100 people. I'm sure I know a Wayne.
Sorry. I met this girl in town. We wound up really hitting it off. We went on this night hike to find cryptids and...
Ah, so you met Stella then. Ugh, that explains everything. And she's gotten you all worked up. I'm going to bed. I'll collect you tomorrow.
From the comfort of Stella's guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters, and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in a normal world and have a relaxing week in the mountains with a new friend. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse.
Hey guys, I'm TheRookieVA, voice of the Stranger and Avery. First off, sorry about the voice quality, just moved into a new house and still trying to figure out noise stuff. But second of all, I would like to say this has been one hell of a project to work on. It has been some of the most fun I have done in a acting project for a while, and finally see this coming to fruition is amazing. So, and of course, thirdly, I want to thank Black Tabby Games for making such a masterpiece of a video game. I mean, just this game's characters, the story, it's inspirational. It's great. And I absolutely love everything that they've done with the game, and I hope to carry that same sort of philosophy with stuff I write and the way I take characters and story. But yeah, that's just my hopes. Anyway, that's enough of my rambling. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
You waffles? Okay, so I'm gonna try to do Duke like this old guy I used to know from back home. He used to be very like nasally. He kind of looked like Duke actually. He talks like this, very nasally. So that's the voice I'm gonna try to hold for this one. All right, so I'm gonna press play here. Let it go. Whew, all right.
Hi. Thank you for making one of my favorite games in the past few years. I've put 27 hours into it and have 94 achievements, and believe you me, I will find those remaining 3. But I really hope you enjoyed this project. I'm very much looking forward to episode 4, as well as to Slay the Princess, and hope you keep up the amazing work. Bye!
Hi, I'm Cookie. I was the voice of Kaneeka, and I just wanted to give a quick thank you to Black Tabby Games for creating Scarlet Hollow. I've had such a fun time playing this game and getting to learn about all the different characters. You guys made an absolutely amazing experience and an amazing community, so thank you.
So here we are at the end of the video. Thank you everybody for taking the time. Thank you for lending me your voice, participating in this weird video that I made. Just taking the time out of your busy lives to help me out with this and reaching out. I really do appreciate the shit out of all of you. And if you want to check out these awesome people, I'm going to put links in the description below for their social media pages and their channels. So if you want to check them out, check out their stuff, really worth a gander. And here's hoping to maybe making another one. Maybe. It's going to be a while. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and keep it casual. Bye.